This is the shower crack base that we are going to attempt to repair. It only started with a hairline crack somewhere here and here, but since I didn't drill a hole here and here to stop the crack to become longer, the crack just started to expand. So for you guys, if you've seen your splits early, try to drill a hole on both ends of the crack so you can stop it from getting bigger. All right, so what we're gonna do is this is the part with the flex. That's where the part where the flex is. We are going to drill a hole here, here, and probably here to stop it from expanding. Yeah, and then we're gonna put some, probably drill a hole here, here, and here. We're gonna try and stabilize the base with expanding foam. So we need to drill a hole so we can put expanding foam underneath the shower base. That's the main plan. I have now drilled a lot of holes on our cracked shower base to figure out which area of the shower base the mortar collapsed underneath. So I circled the main holes that there are almost no mortar underneath the shower base. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. The other holes are still okay. So this is where the area where the flex started, which started the cracks over here. So I will fill it with expander foam. Cure time is another 24 hours. So once I fill it, I will show you our progress and we will go from there. I now filled out the holes with expanded foam, and some of the foams came out on the other holes. That's why it's like that, which is a good sign. That means they're looking for holes to come out. That means underneath is already full. That's why they come out on the holes. So hopefully they stabilize our surface. So I will clean it up and then let it cure for 24 hours. It's been 2 days since I filled the drilled holes with expanded foam, and it's pretty rock solid. It's pretty hard, so that will fully support our shower base underneath. So hopefully that will prevent flexing and prevent cracks developing in the future. So our next plan is taking this one off and then sanding the holes and the cracks and a little bit of the area where we're gonna put the epoxy resin so it will stick properly. And hopefully we do a good job. So that will be our next stage. This is the first time that I've used expander foam, so I don't know if we just rip it out or cut it into pieces. I don't think it will damage the surface because it's only foam, but it's hard, but I think it should come off easily. So let's have a go. Here's the deal. There it is. Came off. So those are the So this one we need to seal properly. The use of the foam anyway was to fill the underside. So let's see if this is still gonna flex. Oh, pretty solid. Unbelievable. Could have been like this. Yes. Oh yeah. There it is. Yeah. So I could have not done or build the mat. Just straight this one. The only thing I was afraid of is not doing a good job on the epoxy resin side on that stage. So the mat is like just in case I do a shit job on the resin mat, and then I can cover it with a solid mat. Dual purpose, is it? All right, there you go. Next part will be sanding. Now we are going to sand the holes and the cracks. I got sanding bits here. We're gonna use a drill, and we are going to try and do the sanding. Hi everyone, I just finished sanding the area that we are going to put the epoxy resin for repair. Um, this was the original hairline crack. I opened it up a bit with a sanding drill bit, and the holes I smoothed and opened it up a bit as well with a sanding drill bit again. And after that, I used the orbital sander to sand the area where we're gonna put the epoxy resin. We need to roughen up the surface, take off the gloss, so it shouldn't be shiny. So the whole point is making it rough so that the epoxy resin will stick stronger to the surface of the shower base. And after that, I vacuum it up and use acetone. Put it on a rag, wipe it with the acetone, and then use another rag to wipe it dry. Make sure the rugs that you are using are lint free, so we don't want any lints on the surface after we clean it up. So the next stage will be mixing up the epoxy resin in small batches and apply it on the cracked surface. See you on the next stage. I was just reading the directions of how to use the epoxy resin, and it says here it may dissolve virgin foam, and I think what we put underneath is foam, expander foam. So what I did, just to make sure, is to put a normal silicone sealant to cover the foam. So when we put the fiberglass epoxy resin, it will not dissolve the foam that we put underneath the shower base. So it is crucial to always read the directions first and the warning signs so we can work around the problem. I finished mixing the resin with the hardener, put it on a paper cup, and then apply it with a brush there with a fiberglass mat and put it on top. So 24 hours curing time. The mat is thick enough, thick. So I reckon only one mat and one layer should do the trick, because we have reinforced the shower base with expander foam. That should prevent future cracking of our shower base. And after 24 hours, we're going to start sanding or finishing. We need to use acetone to clean our brush and our tools. The paper cups and the other things, they can be thrown away. So, yep, paper cup is the best to use when mixing the fiberglass resin and the hardener. Alrighty. It's been 48 hours since I put the fiberglass resin on top of the cracks. I think it's ready for the next stage, which is sanding. I'll just make a quick test and stand on it. Let's see if it's gonna flex. It's rock solid. Beautiful. It's ready for the next stage. And I'll use the orbital sanding. The first paper we're gonna use is 120 grit. And we will go for there. I just pause just to show the part that I already sand. This is already smooth. See this one with no white patches. This part is still rough that we need to sand. This the finished surface that we want to achieve. See the edges here, so I need to feather out this one as well. So that means you still have a groove there. So yes, we have to go through the entire surface to end up like this. So it's still a fair bit of work, but we have to go through this, and I'll show you when it's done. I just paused to show you after 1.5 of solid sanding that there was a problem that came up. I was producing so much dust I didn't realize because I was so busy sanding. But I paused and think of the problem for a while, and then I thought of using a spray bottle. So we're gonna use wet sanding instead of dry sanding. So for you, everyone who's haven't started this repair, we learned something from this project. So to avoid dust all over your bathroom, we need to do wet sanding. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Midway, we're really finished anyway. So, but still, I'm gonna use the spray bottle to make it wet. So there won't be any dust. It took me 2 to 3 hours of full-on sanding. The most time-consuming was feathering out the edges of the fiberglass resin to make it smooth. After that, I vacuum and clean it again with acetone. Midway, I have to shift from dry sanding to wet sanding because of the dust that being generated by the sander. The whole bathroom was full of dust. So for everyone who hasn't started this project, use wet sanding method at the very start. For our final stage, we will be using tub and tile refinishing kit, epoxy acrylic formula. It is self-leveling. And we will apply 2 coats using a foam roller. And we will jump on that stage very soon. I just finished the 3rd coat of the tub and tile paint. Looks brand new. It will take another 72 hours before we can actually use the shower. So at this stage, I can confidently say that our project of how to repair a cracked shower base is finished. We did all the procedures slowly and correctly, and now we ended up like a brand new shower base. Hope to see you all on the next project.